The spacecraft New Horizons will tomorrow make its closest approach to the dwarf planet Pluto. Pluto wasn't discovered until 1930, which means that when Gustav Holst composed his orchestral suite The Planets 100 years ago, it got missed out. So Professor Stephen Miller, the director of the Centre for Planetary Sciences at UCL Birkbeck, decided to make good the omission. I asked him why Pluto deserved its own piece of music.
You can say it's the first of a whole new class of objects called Kuiper belt objects. So that's bits and pieces left over from the formation of the solar system, outside of the orbit of Neptune most of the time. Pluto's one of the largest, second largest of those objects. And it's got a very interesting moon, which was discovered in 1978, Charon, which is about the eighth the size of the planet. And they do kind of waltz around each other, so they have almost a natural musical rhythm, if you like.
So what did you tell the composers when you commissioned the piece?
I was just chatting about this in the university bar with one of my MSc students, Minna Nygren, and I was saying, I think Pluto ought to have a bit of music. And she said, oh, I'm a composer and I work with my friend Kontz, and we could do something for you. So we had an event just at the end of June that we thought would be rather nice if we had the piece of music ready for. So I said, yeah, go on then, give it a go. And they did, and they produced something that I think is very entertaining, quite atmospheric, because Pluto and Charon are a very long way away from the sun. So there's a slight coldness to the music, but at the same time you can really feel the rhythm in it.
Kontz, this is Minna, Orvokki, Nygren, and we are composers. And we have written the piece you're going to hear for the first time today, which is exciting. We often work so that we take a concept from somewhere, anywhere, for example, planets or the space, and then we integrate it into our music. But usually we don't work together, we work separately, and composers are often old men with beards that work alone, but we are kind of twinkle composers. On this we collaborated, which was great fun. And as our dear compere has said, it has been commissioned by the Centre for Planetary Sciences at UCL Birkbeck. And we would love to give thanks to Professor Steve Miller, who made it all happen, and it was his idea to give Pluto a go this morning. Some of you might know, in 3 weeks' time, there's a very exciting mission which is called New Horizons, which is the NASA mission towards Pluto, to Pluto. And so there's going to be a flyby. It's the closest that we have ever been there. So we will learn a lot more about this planet, but we've taken the facts that we knew already and tried to integrate them into this piece. And Minna's going to tell you a bit about how we did this.
Yes. So at the back of me here are the original Pluto photographic plates, which an amateur astronomer from America, Clyde Tombaugh, used in 1930. So as a human computer, he would compare different photographic plates taken from the sky, and in January 23rd to 29th, he saw this one body that's been marked here on the plates with a little arrow moving from one point to another. And this was essentially the basis for our composition. So our composition follows the journey that Pluto would have done over 6 days from this first point to this second point on the right. And a fun fact is that around in this time, in 6 days, Pluto would have been orbited by, so Charon, its largest moon, would have orbited Pluto one time. And this has been described in various literature as an orbital ballet, because they're always looking at each other, essentially, Charon and Pluto. And so, what else? Well, in this piece, we have two great pianists, Valentina Pravodelov, and she will play the part of Charon. the largest moon of Pluto, and we have Kerry Yong playing the part of Pluto, which will hopefully give you a glimpse of this orbital ballet. And if you watch carefully, you might even see some of that actually happening. And yes, I think that's it. That's all. So I hope you enjoy the piece.
Thank